Welcome to Russia. It's me, Ben Sports News, and I'm here today to tell you about Russia in Group A of the World Cup 2018. Let's get going. So the app OneFootball have got in touch and have asked me on behalf of Dr. Benji FM to get involved and let you know about the Group 8 teams for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. And that's where we are right now. We're officially in Russia. This channel, as well as 7 others, are getting involved and telling you about all the groups. There's a playlist in the description. Check that out, and let's then talk about the host nation and the World Cup. Led by Stanislav Cherchesov, who has actually played for Russia himself, 39 appearances, and actually bears a slight resemblance to former World Cup winner Big Phil Scolari. And well, if that's anything to go by, they have a chance. Russia qualified for the competition as hosts, and in recent years haven't done particularly well at tournaments. They've not won a tournament game since Euro 2012 and haven't got out of the group in the history of the World Cup, competing 3 times before this year. As well as familiar names like Igor Akinfi, former Real Madrid and current Villarreal winger Denis Cheryshev, Chelsea legend Yuri Zhirkov, and predicted wonder kid Alan Jagoev, who, let's face it, never quite lived up to his potential on Football Manager. They do have Krasnodar striker Fedor Smolov, who's expected to leave the line at home for the nation that are hosting this year's World Cup. They're expected to put up a good fight in a group that, by the looks of it, appears to be one of the weaker at the tournament. An opening game against Saudi Arabia seems vital to their success. With Luis Suarez and Mo Salah being obvious talismen for opponents Uruguay and Egypt respectively, Russia will be hoping somebody steps out from the shadows and carries them to World Cup glory, or just getting out of the group. To follow Russia's progress on the OneFootball app, this is how you do it. So once downloaded on iOS and Android, you can go down to the following tab on the OneFootball app and find all competitions. From there, it'll take you through to this year's international competitions. FIFA World Cup is at the top, and make sure the green star is selected so you can see all the news and information over the World Cup. You can also go for selected nations, so if you just wanted to follow Russia, you could do. And then once you've got that in the followed section, the World Cup is there in all its glory. You can see the fixtures for the match day 1, as well as Premier League, League Cup, Champions League, whatever else you're looking for through the OneFootball app. And yeah, you can see the World Cup there as well. Russia versus Saudi Arabia, you can see it there on the 14th of June, so you can follow their progress. So it's as easy as that then, and that's Russia. Get involved, download the app, let me know if you do it in the description down below. And yeah, I can't wait. The World Cup is only weeks away. Oh, I'm excited. And I'll be back very soon with another team from Group A. Bye everyone. Run the intro to the series you want to watch. I mean, watch it. Go back to London if you want. I'm quite enjoying Moscow. Hello folks, I want to say before we get stuck into Thames, and I hate Carlisle, and we'll talk about that in a minute, obviously you've just watched an advert there for OneFootball. I don't do them very often, there's going to be 4 this month, and I wouldn't work with them if I didn't actually use the app, and I want you to know that. So I don't want you to think that I'm just putting it in for the sake of putting it in. I try and make it a little bit more creative than some other people that use it, so there you are. I thought I'd be honest with you and say, look, I don't do it all the time. I turn down a lot of advertising spots like that because I don't think the product is good. So hopefully you respect the fact that when I do, it's because I actually think the thing's good. And let's carry on. Hopefully you appreciate me even saying this, because some people will still be sceptical, I'm sure. I've worked with them before. It's a good app. So folks, welcome back to an episode of Thames FC. Oh, Carlisle! Why Carlisle? You can see, folks, that since our FA Cup defeat to them, aside from that, things have been going remarkably well. Chester, Charlton, York and Congleton all beaten. Some FA Trophy games in there, some league games. And then the 4-0 defeat to Carlisle. I just don't know. Some quite comical goals in this, so I might as well show you a couple. So this first one, you might think, nothing can possibly go wrong here, Ben. How wrong were you? As it trickles into the goal. So that's good news. And then just when you think, 3-0, Ben, not too bad. Bright decides to score for them. You can see here, they've got a corner over on that side. I mean, a goal from a corner. The only way they could possibly go in is if Bright decides, 3, 4, what's the difference? Just passes it into the goal. But since that game, Lincoln at Walsall, Lincoln again in the FA Trophy, and Morecambe all beaten pretty comfortably as well. Wusu scoring goals for fun, and we have ourselves a new striker. It's the January period, we're right at the end of it, and we've bought someone new. If you're on Twitter, you may have seen this guy. So you can see Ben Cousins has been brought in, but just before we talk about him, create a bit more tension, Calvin Hall, the left winger, has gone to Notts County for a record £90,000, which in football transfer world, not particularly high, but for Thames football world, pretty high. Hasn't featured with me this year, of course we're not playing a system with wingers, so there he is, like £90,000, thank you very much. He's decent, so more power to him. So let's explain why this is and how this has happened. So you can see he was a Derby youth youth player for quite some time, had a loan spell at Newport County, but was released by Derby and didn't find a club. But I know that if you look at the start of January, I mean, this is a tip for anyone playing lower league databases. If players don't get picked up in the summer, and they have that entire period where all of us, they're just not playing for anybody, their expectations of the clubs they can join lowers a little bit. So that's why I can get a released Premier League player in Ben Cousins from Derby. He didn't even play for Derby at all, but was pretty prolific in the Vanarama National. So I thought I'd pick him up, and you can see from his attributes, very, very good. 14 composure, 16 off the ball, decent physical stats as well. Not amazing physical stats, but decent ones. Anticipation's a little bit on the low side, but 17 finishing, 13 heading, and passing again could be slightly better. Dribbling of 12 though, and I think looks like a really quality addition to the squad. The problem he's got at the moment is that Pat Rogers and Mohamed Owusu playing the way they are, he's not even going to start quite yet, but if called upon, of course, he's my player now, whereas Pat Rogers is a loanee. We may well see him some point next year, and he can definitely play League 2 football if we get there. And speaking of getting there, we are second in the league table. Our arch nemesis at the moment, Carlisle's at 13 points ahead. I don't think we're going to be able to catch them, but we are comfortably in there now, 66 points, a good sort of 7-8 points away from Hartlepool in 8th position, so looking really good. And let's introduce you to the team for this first game against Merthyr Tydfil. Coming out later, we will play Dulwich Hamlet, and they are in 6th, so that should be a tight game against a playoff rival. So we've played Merthyr Tydfil quite a lot. I think we've got 2 wins to their 3, and there's a draw in there as well somewhere. But you can see here then, Fitzpatrick will be in goal, Ashley Moult, Murray, Holness and Morgan. Harris sits just in front, Doherty and Foster in the centre, Bright, Rogers, Owusu. And I think for the first time in a few episodes, this is our strongest 11, and we get to showcase it and play it in this game. And you can see that since our 11 now are back, fit, in form, they're playing very well. And I mean, I say before, form is picking up. Apart from those defeats to Carlisle, then everything's been going quite well. Early part of the season went pretty well as well. When you look at it, actually, quite a similar run of games. And then the middle section, around that sort of October to Christmas period, it was getting a little bit rough around the edges. Actually, that's not true, Ben. Christmas is down here. I was loving Christmas. We all love Christmas. Get some Christmas presents out or something. So they're playing a 4-4-2. This guy, apparently, Chris Hurd, is their main man. Lots of 10s across the board. It's like Strictly Come Dancing. And yeah, he's scored quite a few goals this year. 16. Similar situation, actually, to the guy that we've picked up. Had a spell at a Championship side or a Premier League side. And yeah, then left them and joined Merthyr Tydfil out of nowhere. I mean, it's a loan deal, but they're allowed. Come on then, lads. Show me what you can do. I think Merthyr are sort of a mid-table side, if you look at it here, as you walk out of the tunnel. 15th, so we should win this, really. Okay, second in the league table, chasing Carlisle. We can't reach. We've scored more goals than Carlisle, but they are good at defending as well, which hurts. I just want to see now Thames become this dominant force in this division, so that if we go into the playoffs, which is looking pretty likely, we take it by the scruff of the neck. No, like last time we missed it. I mean, we played Carlisle in the playoffs. That's what happened. Carlisle are just too good. How didn't they go up last year? In reality. But some nice possession for us in the centre here. Rogers, as he plays it back to Harris, who's the pivot for everything now, into Stevie Foster, who's got a bit of space over on that side. So is Ashley Moult. Strike coming in on goal, and it's a side net, and it goes behind. I don't know, I felt like that was quite a good chance to score. We didn't take it. Corner ball. Harris plays it in. Hollands at the front post. Murray at the back post. The two centre-backs combine. And Andy Murray. Ace. Ace. Sorry. Harris plays it in, flicked on by Holness, popped in by Murray, and it's a 1-0 lead. Free kick now. Owusu, who's very far out. He's chipped it into the area, not reaching its intended target. Williams, though, plays it forward, and now it's to see if we can win this back and maybe set up a chance of throwing. He's very out. I mean, he had nobody to help him. Bless him. Okay, can we get a second before half-time? 32 minutes gone as Owusu gets on the ball, plays it to the feet of Bright, who takes on his man forward towards Rogers, but Montgomery comes out and claims. And it'll be interesting to see what happens from here then. Keeper's got it at his feet. The ball out's got to be good. He aims for Hurd, who doesn't win it. Foster gets on it instead, and now Harris sets up another attack. Rogers forward to Owusu, who's got runners either side, goes back to Bright, finds Rogers, and finally the ball out to Morgan. He pulls it back across. Oh, well, it should have been a goal. Montgomery with a smart save. Andy Murray is having a fantastic game. Now, at some point, we might well see the new man, Ben Cousins. He's ready and ready for action. Roaring and ready for action. Roaring and ready? He's not a lion, Ben. But it's some possession here for Merthyr. As the ball's put in, Holness gets it just about clear, but it's not completely clear. And they come again. Deflection, finds his feet, hits the bar. Murray gets it away, sort of, and actually might make sure it's gone. Owusu's on a 6.4, which actually is not too good. If only we had a striker we could bring on. Roy Nelson? That's not who you're thinking. We'll leave him out there for a little bit longer, but we've got 4 very good strikers. I feel a bit for Gillum. He's never going to play again. But we've now got... No, I mean, also Cousins helps for the old international duty. Yeah, you see? Because these boys keep disappearing. So we've got Nelson, we've got Cousins, we've got Rogers, we've got Owusu. 4 top strikers for this division, in my opinion. It's taken 11 years, folks, but we've got a good squad now. 11 years. 11 years. Thank you for watching. This is a good time to say it. Right, Owusu's not playing well. 20 minutes to go. We're going to bring Ben Cousins on in that poacher role. I think he'll be okay. He's left-footed, though. We've got now 3 left-footed strikers, which is a bit rare. But we'll see how he does then on his debut. As it's a little chance here for Merthyr Tydfil. Ball played in. Deadly ball played in, but didn't come to anything. And now all eyes on Ben Cousins as he makes his entrance. How will he get on? We're going to make a change in the middle as well. Stevie Foster's not had a massive impact in the game, so Josh Taylor is going to enter the arena. Not a natural in the attacking midfield role, but he's very suited to it still. The time starts to tick away. Harris has got a corner out to Doherty. Now his left foot is dangerous as it falls to Bright now. Bright, well, it's deflected and in. We're a little bit lucky. 2-0 to the good, though. Bright celebrates that a little bit too much, in my opinion. He scored an own goal not too long ago, as you saw. But you can see there, we've got a few fans sat there getting very excited. Ball played out to Doherty, who slots it inside to Rodgers. He lays it off for Bright, and then you can see here, little deflection off the heel of the man that closes him down, and the keeper is stationary. We're into added time, but there might just be one more chance, and actually might not come our way. Reed Wells has picked it up, plays it across the Herd, who has got goals this year, but not against us today, and that's really been their best chance. They've got a corner. Really? Really? Rodgers breaks away. Could this be... No, I was going to say, could this be Ben Cousins' moment? But he lost it there. And they're looking a little bit panicky at the back here. We're still trying to push for a third, it feels like, as it eventually falls down. Now Cousins gets away from his man. And can he put a ball into the centre? He can. Rodgers there. Great assist from Ben Cousins. I tell you what, for someone that's left-footed, that was not too bad a delivery, was it? 3-0 Thames. Great performance. Merthyr Tydfil well beaten. You can see here, Ben Cousins, first action you've seen of him in a Thames shirt. The number 25, that right-footed cross, considering he's left-footed. Not too bad at all. And there we are then, Thames 3, Merthyr 0, game over, and yeah, pretty dominant display from Thames. And now we go into this next game against Dulwich Hamlet with something on the line. I mean, if we can beat them, create a bit of separation between us and them, that will hopefully secure our playoff spot with quite a lot of games to go still. We're only at the end of January, but it's looking good. And as a result of that, we're going to try and progress through, as I've said this loads of times before, a little bit quicker. We're not in the FA Cup. We've only got the FA Trophy to worry about, but it's not a major competition for us. I just want to make sure that we get into those playoffs and are competitive and in good form as we go into them. So then, let's get into our next game. Let's waste no time. I'll see you for it in just a moment. It's against, I forget, Dulwich Hamlet. I've said it about 15 times. But not before resting the boys. Get in the habit, viewers. Get in the habit. I'm in a scintillating mood. It's a weekend upload, viewers. I think that's what it is. I just love weekend uploads. It just gets me excited. Bristol City have offered money for Fitzpatrick, but for 20,000, it ain't happening. 500k, I'd think about it. Actually, on that, I know I said we'd get straight into the next game, but finances matter in this save, and I want to show you. £312,000 late January. That is very, very rare for us. You can see all of a sudden our money is slowly going up. Of course, the big sale came in this window, so that's helped. But apart from that, I feel like we're not losing money quite as often as we have done in previous years. Lowered the wage budget significantly. Committed spending is £7,820 with a budget of £11,000. We're obviously working well within our means, which is nice. It says we're currently spending £9,200, but I prefer the lower number because it makes it sound better. Just playing with my my credit card. Oh, that's a Game Station Elite card. Don't need that. Okay, folks, Dulwich Hamlet are here to stay, and, well, as I say stay, it's one game, and they probably have to go home afterwards. I advise they go home afterwards. I don't want them lurking around, lingering. So Fitzpatrick in goal, Ashley Moult, Murray, Holness, and Morgan, Harris, Doherty, and Foster, Bright with Rodgers and Owusu. You've seen it before, it's a well-known combination. If it was the key to enter a building, you'd all be inside. Okay then, how will we do? Another 4-4-2, and you've just seen in that last game, quite like 4-4-2, so we'll see how we do. I'm hoping for good things. All right, team talk-wise, that's gone terrifically well. Right, we're in the blue and white, they're in the green and white. It's a something and white combination. Deep in their half, we've got ourselves a throw in. Harris finds Bright, unoccupied in the middle, dribbles past a couple, smashes one against the woodwork, and it's put out for a throw. Great play from Bright, though. That was sensational. And it's a corner played in by Harris straight away immediately afterwards. And Doherty finds Bright again, who obviously looks up for it today. Finds Harris, gets it back from him. Shot, no. Foster instead, just past the post. Now, we started the last game at a similar tempo, and that went rather well. So this could be a good sign of things to come, as Ashley Moult puts in himself another throw in into the centre, and Foster doesn't score the goal. 70 points though, 13 behind Carlisle. They're going to have some collapse if we're going to catch them, but at least we've got to put the pressure on. Their forward though are over. It's a great commentary there. When it's my team, I kind of know what to say. When it's their team, it's just sort of noises of please don't. Morgan to Rodgers, finds Doherty, and then there's an option on the edge. Goes inside to Owusu. Move at the bar again, another woodwork. There's more woodwork actions than Santa's workshop, isn't there? I wonder what he does in sort of the May It's too early, isn't it? People be getting on about Christmas shopping. What's Santa doing now? What's he up to? Ball played across, and it could be another chance for them. Dulwich Hamlet put it in. Lee with a header down. Fitzpatrick save. Forget this a moment. What's he up to at the moment? Box sets. I bet he's going through loads of box sets. Well, at half time, nothing's really happened. I'm going to assertively say, I'm going to get aggressive actually. Far from pleased with what we've just seen. I'm a whole new manager. Owusu is having another poor game, and with Nelson and Cousins on the bench, he can't afford to be doing this, really. He's hit the woodwork from close range. There's going to be 25 minutes to go. Do we give him the opportunity to shine, or do we take him off? You've got 2 minutes. Okay, you've let me down. Cousins is going to come on, and actually, for that matter, so is Roy Nelson. Actually switch these two boys round, and let's see if this striking duo can strike up a partnership with 25 minutes to go, or 15 minutes to go as it is now. Nothing's happening, viewers. We're going to go attacking for the final 10 minutes. I probably shouldn't. I should probably sit on this because it's not a bad result against a promotion rival. They're in 8th position. The gap between us 10 points, but I just know that winning it creates a little bit more distance. Come on. Why does this keep happening? Why is the first game quite good? Second game, hugely underwhelming. 60% possession, we've hit the woodwork twice, 17 shots, Thames 0, Dulwich Hamlet 0. Dulwich Hamlet, we should call them. Dulwich, because that's sometimes what I've actually called them by accident. Right, well, not particularly good. Disappointing, really, as we've lost some players now to international duty. Holness is off for a holiday, so good for him. And, yes, when will we next meet is the question you might be wondering. So, to wrap things up then, we will next meet, I think, we could go quite deep into the season like we did last time. I'll let you decide, folks, in the comment section, where would you like us sort of towards the end of the season or in between? So the comment will be about Accrington, about Woking, or Leyton Orient. Give it to me now. You choose. We're flying through this season, really, hoping to get a little bit more done, and let me know, say, in the comment section down below. And if you're down there, by all means, leave a like, and if you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. Just a little update on board stuff that's happening. Improved youth facilities, that's coming along nicely, and professional status, we're about 60% of the way through. It's happening, viewers, it's happening. I think it might be happening, I'm not entirely sure. So from me, not to mention, until next time, we love with care, goodbye, and goodbye. That's a weird way to end. It's a weekend. I get a bit frantic. And before we go, massive shout out to everyone on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you tomorrow. And if you want to carry on watching the OneFootball World Cup guide, then you can do. Curb63 is uploading tomorrow, and there's a link to the playlist down in the description.